Hi, it's Norman Kochnek here for Extra Time. I'm here to talk to you about a few aspects of the day. We're leading into the Brisbane GABBA test on the 15th, which is only barely 2 days away. And in that game, we'll see a totally different Indian side. Certainly a different number of players are actually playing there now who were not on the original side. They played in the third test. Let me first talk about the Sofitel Brisbane Central Hotel where the Indian cricketers and Australian cricketers are staying at. This particular hotel, unfortunately, has already obtained a fairly bad, well, not so much reputation, but more of a slight on its character as a hotel. Not so much based on the hotel itself, because it's a lovely 5-star hotel and a great location, but the way that they've handled the Indian team and the number of complaints that's come from the Indian team have been quite astonishing. With the COVID-19 provisions or restrictions, clearly they've had certain changes made to the hotel, but they're far beyond anything that's acceptable. They have no room service, they have no cleaning service. The players are basically making their own bed. Food arrangements are quite poor. Their inability to be able to roam around. The hotel is under extreme lockdown. Nobody can actually watch the actual training of the cricket team as well at the GABBA at the moment. Nobody can enter the hotel in any way. It's a fortified location. There's no relevance to that in terms of the way they've been treated. It's certainly not sufficient by what they're telling us. The players have been particularly upset with it, and they're quite concerned that they're basically locked up in a room, they're making their own bed under rather unclean conditions, you would argue. No one coming to provide services such as room service, cleaning, etc., etc. It's quite disturbing indeed. So that's the Sofitel in Brisbane Central. By no means am I trying to say the hotel itself is inadequate, but the way they've been treated and the way that the hotel's been controlled certainly doesn't help. Queensland is under a severe situation with their provisions, way beyond any other state, what I can believe, even WA's. Western Australia is not as bad. So the players are certainly suffering from that aspect yet again. So they've had a number of incidents, but this is yet another incident where they've not been treated well from a cleaning, room service, and I'm sure catering perspective and access to other areas of the hotel. Now let's turn our mind to the training session today, which took place at the GABBA. Now it was under, again, severe lock and key. There was not much vision from outside looking in. People were actually kept across the road, as we can see here across the road. We're not able to actually see what was going on. So the players trained. It was very evident that the batters, the Rohit Sharmas and the like, and the Gills were certainly in force. The bowlers, of course, it's now Siraj and Saini that are actually leading the way, and they'll be the main bowling contingent with Ashwin, who's certainly got a back injury, but he's up to playing. Punt was able to bat, and with his elbow problems, he's okay. Obviously, the likes of Bumrah looks to be out, certainly out. Vihari looks certain to be out. So the makeup of the Indian team will be more along the lines of the same top four that we know of. I mean, Gill, Sharma, Pujara and Rahane, with Punt coming in after that. Ridhwan Saha will probably come in to keep now and allow Punt to be a specialist batsman. And then on top of that, you'll have Ashwin, and then the bowling contingent of Saini and Siraj. The situation on the other positions now, obviously with Jadeja out, he's in Sydney having had his thumb looked at and dealt with. He is certainly out as well, so that means that they've had to look at potentially another spinner. Kuldeep Yadav may come in. The Washington Sundar has also been mentioned, but less likely to be the case. And then you've got extra bowling position there of what should be Shardul Thakur, but it may well be Natarajan as well. So there's the element of, they've all been able to be a part of the bowling contingent and batting contingent today. Ridhwan Saha with the gloves. That looks like they'll be the makeup from our training session today. So tomorrow is one more further training session, meant to be optional, but yet again, considering the Sofitel Brisbane Hotel, the central hotel there, they won't be staying indoors. They'll be well and truly out there again at the nets, probably more than they need to be. So that's the update I've got for you. The Indian team looked in a makeshift way, but they've still got a very solid 11, look like a very good chance of doing very well in this test. Australia, of course, have got the likes of Bukowski and Warner still on the injury clouds, but otherwise their team should be as per program. This is Norman Kochnek for Extra Time. Please view, like and share the posts, and also subscribe to Extra Time. It's a great channel. You should be making sure you subscribe to get all the updates, and I'll provide comments and feedback as I normally do. This is Norman Kochnek for Extra Time.